Greetings, folks. So 2 quick housekeeping type things to go over. First, I haven't been on here in a minute because I was very sick over Thanksgiving with the flu, but I feel better now and back at it. Point number 2, I don't think I'm going to be making Finance Friday episodes anymore, mostly because they're boring. So yeah, moving on. Today, I wanted to talk about sort of my experience with being sensitive. Because I am a very physically and emotionally sensitive person. And over my life, I've had a lot of different views around that. So I wanted to share where I am now, and because I feel like I've come very full circle with it, and I'm not ashamed of being sensitive anymore. But it took a long time and a lot of like really deep experiences. So as children and adults, everyone is taught, maybe boys more than girls, but everyone is taught that sensitivity is weak, and feeling physical pain, feeling emotional pain is weak and is shameful and should not be shared, and it's hard to not internalize that. And I'd always been a sensitive kid, a sensitive teenager, a sensitive grown-up, but I thought that that was something that I was supposed to beat out of me. So towards the beginning of college, I was in a very short romantic relationship that wasn't really like official or comfortable, and that was a lot of the pain that came from it. But after that relationship ended, I spiraled, and my main thought was, if I feel this bad, and this is supposed to be something that happens over and over the course of my life, like losing relationships, how am I supposed to live my life? Like, I don't think I'm cut out for that, you know, because it's too much. Like, just feeling things is too much. And so with my next relationship, I decided, honestly, probably unconsciously, but maybe a little bit consciously even, that I needed to become less sensitive in order to survive. Like, I couldn't feel everything to the fullest extent because it would like literally kill me, is what I thought. And basically what happened is, over the course of, you know, the 2.5 or 3 years that I was with this person, I succeeded. I'm using air quotes a lot in this video. I succeeded. I stopped being as sensitive to things that were very, very painful and very upsetting. And I saw this as a victory in a lot of ways. I thought that I was finally becoming more comfortable in relationships, that I wasn't being too demanding or too invested in like a way that was going to hurt me. And what ended up happening was that I stopped feeling pain when I was really supposed to. And when I did feel the pain, I was ashamed of feeling sad. I was ashamed of feeling upset, and I ignored it or put it off or did not talk about it with anybody. And after so many months or years of trying to do that, I internalized it eventually. But towards the end of that relationship, I had this realization out of nowhere of the extent to which I was not letting myself feel, and the extent to which I was letting really upsetting things not faze me, because I just didn't want to deal with being fazed by anything. And that realization really fucked me up. Because I know that I'm a sensitive person. I know that I feel everything so intensely. Good things too. Like, just everything. really affects me. And I think that that's the natural state of a person, is for everything to affect you. So that backstory kind of gets me to the point of this video, which is that now, with all those experiences behind me, I truly see intense emotion as a gift. I think a great analogy is with physical pain. So if your knee hurts when you move it in a certain way, that's your body saying, don't move your knee this way. Or maybe the tendons in your knee are messed up and you need to get it fixed somehow. And we accept that as being totally logical and reasonable, to feel physical pain and use it as information to not do something that we're doing, like running on concrete or, playing soccer, whatever it is. Like, that makes sense. But when you apply that same analogy to emotional pain, there's so much shame around feeling sadness and feeling grief and just feeling intensely at all, that we just, instead of listening to the pain and saying, what in my life is causing this intense pain that I feel, this emotional pain that I feel, instead of doing that, we just try to not feel the pain, which doesn't make any sense, because of course you're going to feel the pain, you're just going to feel it in a duller way over years, instead of actually dealing with it and like figuring out what's going on in the moment. So now I've started to see emotional pain and emotional discomfort as being my own brain or my own, consciousness telling me that something is wrong and that I should not be around the people that I'm around, that I'm being mistreated, because you can logic your way out of so many things, and I did that for so long, just applying logic and making excuses for people and saying, I shouldn't be feeling this pain because it doesn't make sense for me to feel this pain. This thing isn't actually that bad, when really I was feeling pain, and I was feeling pain for a reason. I was feeling pain because I was hurt. And to ignore that is to ignore your body's own alarm system, your own intuitions about what you should be doing and who you should be hanging out with, and where is a place that's safe to be and where is a place that's unsafe to be. There's just so much information to be had from emotional pain. And I've gotten to the point where I feel sorry for people that don't feel emotions to the degree that I do, or that someone who's very emotionally sensitive does. Because those people don't get the tip off like I do. Reason and logic only gets you so far. You need to be able to feel what relationships feel right to you and what places feel right to you. And if you can't feel anything, how are you supposed to make decisions? How are you supposed to know what relationships to enter or exit, or who to spend time with, or where to go, or what to do? If you can't feel anything, you're just numb. So I guess I encourage you to, the next time you feel sad or angry or upset or anxious, anything that we perceive as being negative and shameful and something that needs to be eradicated, listen to that instead. Ask what it's saying to you. I really believe that I haven't given my own body and my own mind enough credit up until this point to know what's good for me. Just the same way that you crave vegetables after you've been eating junk food, you crave the right kind of attention and the right kind of love, and the wrong kind of love and attention makes you feel emotionally sick. Like, it's all the same thing. We just don't see it that way because we see emotional pain as being shameful. And it's definitely hard to go through the level of emotion that is, I think, natural. The world is hard and there's so much pain everywhere, and it's really hard to feel it, but you have to. If you choose not to feel it, that's not even a choice, because you're gonna feel it in some other way, subconsciously. And I think that that's what causes people to feel depressed and not know why. The pain just doesn't go away. It gets stored somewhere and it lives there until you adequately feel it. And if you never adequately feel it, you're never going to heal from just like the trauma that's everyday life, the low grade, you know, constant struggles of just being a person. That's all normal, and it all needs to be felt and acknowledged. So now I'm trying to really pay more attention to my own body and my own mind and my own feelings, and not get upset at feeling upset. Because what a waste of energy that is, when instead you could be trying to learn from what's causing you to be upset and trying to heal. Making this video has caused me to think a lot about my thoughts on where mental illness comes from, which is obviously just my opinion, but you know, it's my YouTube channel. That's what I get to do on here, is share my opinions. So I think I might make a video about that next week, so stay tuned. I appreciate all of you that watch this. Thank you. And I will see you next week.